A smart woman doesn't just react to life, she proactively designs her life with habits that reflect wisdom, self-discipline, and purpose. Habits are powerful, they shape your destiny. Let's uncover 10 key insights that define the habits of truly smart women. A smart woman understands that her life is guided by purpose, not mere chance. She doesn't wake up and leave her day to random circumstances or fleeting emotions. She knows that purpose is the anchor of her existence, the foundation upon which everything else is built. Before she engages with the noise of the world, she takes a moment to center herself mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. She embraces the stillness of the early morning, using it as a sacred time to focus on what truly matters. She plans her day not just with a to-do list, but with clarity about why each task is important. Her actions are deliberate and aligned with her vision. She understands that success is not an accident, it is the cumulative result of small, intentional decisions made consistently. This is why she takes control of her day before the day takes control of her. Her mornings are marked by rituals that feed her soul and mind. She may meditate, journal, or reflect on the goals she has set for herself. These practices are not just habits but disciplines, tools she uses to set the tone for her day. She understands that the first moments of her morning are the most powerful, for they dictate the energy and focus she carries into everything she does. She doesn't waste her time scrolling through distractions or dwelling on yesterday's mistakes. Instead, she embraces the present as a gift and prepares herself to handle challenges with grace. With her purpose firmly in mind, she steps into each day as if it holds the key to her destiny, knowing that the actions she takes today will shape her future. For her, every morning is not just the start of a new day, it is a fresh opportunity to align herself with her greater calling. A wise woman knows that her growth is tied to her willingness to learn. She understands that knowledge is a bridge to her future, and the more she learns, the more equipped she becomes to navigate life's complexities. She is not content with what she already knows, for she realizes that wisdom is infinite, and there is always more to discover. Her hunger for growth drives her to seek out information, insights, and understanding in every opportunity. She is deliberate about the sources she draws from, recognizing that not all knowledge is beneficial. She invests her time in reading books that challenge her perspective, attending seminars that sharpen her skills, and engaging in conversations with people who stretch her thinking. She knows that learning is not a one-time event, but a lifelong process, a discipline that must be cultivated daily. Her commitment to learning goes beyond acquiring information, it is about transformation. She takes what she learns and applies it, turning knowledge into action. Whether it's a principle from a book, a lesson from a mentor, or an observation from her experiences, she integrates these insights into her life, using them to become better, stronger, and more effective in her pursuits. She is humble in her approach, understanding that no one knows everything. She surrounds herself with people who inspire her, mentors who guide her, and peers who challenge her. She listens intently, not to respond, but to absorb, knowing that even the simplest conversation can hold a nugget of wisdom. Her pursuit of learning is not just for personal gain, it is also a tool to serve others. The knowledge she acquires equips her to make a difference, whether in her family, community, or career. She understands that the more she grows, the more she has to offer. Learning is not just a personal journey, it is her way of contributing to the world around her. In this pursuit, she remains disciplined, carving out time for study and reflection. She knows that every hour spent learning is an investment in her future. With every new insight gained, she becomes more empowered, more confident, and more prepared to fulfill her purpose. For her, learning is not a task, it is a privilege, a pathway to the life she is destined to live. A wise woman understands that time is the most precious resource she possesses. She knows that once it is spent, it cannot be recovered, and for this reason she values her time above all else. She doesn't waste it on meaningless pursuits or allow others to rob her of it. Instead, she approaches each day with a sense of urgency, treating every moment as an opportunity to build, create, and progress. Her time is not just managed, it is maximized. She is intentional about how she allocates her hours. She prioritizes tasks that align with her goals and purpose, understanding that not everything deserves her attention. She discerns between what is urgent and what is important, choosing to invest her time in things that bring lasting value. Her schedule is not a prison but a roadmap, guiding her toward the fulfillment of her vision. Her respect for time is reflected in her discipline. She avoids procrastination, knowing that delays can lead to missed opportunities. She tackles challenges head-on, choosing productivity over perfection. She doesn't wait for the perfect moment to act, she makes the most of the moment she has. She also guards her time against distractions. She recognizes the subtle thieves, endless scrolling, unproductive conversations, and commitments that serve no purpose. She is unafraid to say no when necessary because she understands that every yes to something unimportant is a no to what truly matters. Her boundaries are clear, and she enforces them with grace and firmness. She also values rest, knowing that productivity is not about constant activity but about balance. She sets aside time to recharge, to reflect, and to celebrate her progress. Rest is not a waste of time, it is a vital part of her strategy for longevity and effectiveness. In her interactions with others, she is punctual and respectful of their time as well. She honors commitments and expects the same in return. Her efficiency and reliability inspire trust, making her someone others want to work with and learn from. Above all, she sees time as a divine gift, one that comes with the responsibility to use it wisely. She doesn't mourn the time she has lost, but focuses on the time she has ahead, determined to make every second count. For her, managing time is not just about staying organized, it is about honoring her purpose and living with intention. A wise woman understands that taking care of herself is not an act of selfishness, but an essential foundation for everything she aspires to achieve. She knows that her ability to pour into others depends on how well she nourishes her own body, mind, and spirit. Without self-care, her energy diminishes, her clarity fades, and her strength wanes. For this reason, she makes her well-being a priority, knowing that she cannot give her best to the world if she is running on empty. She approaches self-care with intentionality. She doesn't wait for exhaustion or stress to overwhelm her before she takes action. Instead, she proactively builds habits that sustain her. She honors her physical health by eating foods that energize her, exercising regularly to keep her body strong, and ensuring she gets enough rest to renew her vitality. She recognizes that her body is a vessel, and she treats it with the respect and care it deserves. Her mental well-being is equally important. She creates space for stillness and reflection, knowing that a busy mind cannot produce clear thoughts. She silences the noise of the world through practices like journaling, meditation, or simply enjoying moments of solitude. These moments of calm are not luxuries, they are necessities that allow her to reconnect with her purpose and maintain her focus. She also prioritizes her emotional health. She sets boundaries to protect her peace and does not allow others to burden her with unnecessary negativity. She seeks relationships that uplift her and avoids environments that drain her. When she faces challenges, she allows herself to process emotions honestly but does not dwell in them. Instead, she chooses to rise above, seeking solutions and focusing on growth. Her spiritual health is at the core of her self-care. She takes time to nurture her connection to a higher power, seeking guidance, strength, and wisdom in her daily life. She understands that true peace and fulfillment come from within and that her spiritual practices ground her in times of uncertainty. She doesn't view self-care as indulgence but as preparation. She knows that when she is at her best, she can serve others more effectively, lead with greater confidence, and face challenges with resilience. She refuses to feel guilty for taking time for herself because she understands that her well-being is the cornerstone of her ability to fulfill her purpose. By caring for herself, she sends a powerful message to the world. She values her life, her purpose, and her potential. Her commitment to self-care is a reflection of her understanding that to thrive in life, she must first ensure her own foundation is strong. Through this balance, she achieves not only personal well-being but also the capacity to inspire and uplift those around her. A wise woman understands that the people she surrounds herself with have a profound impact on her life. She knows that relationships are not just connections but powerful influences that can either elevate her to greatness or pull her down into mediocrity. For this reason, she chooses her relationships with intention, ensuring that those closest to her align with her values, her purpose, and her vision for the future. She seeks quality over quantity. She understands that it is better to have a small circle of genuine, supportive individuals than a crowd of acquaintances who add no value to her life. She surrounds herself with people who challenge her to grow, encourage her dreams, and celebrate her victories without envy. These are people who inspire her, hold her accountable, and walk with her through life's highs and lows. She avoids toxic relationships that drain her energy or hinder her progress. She recognizes the signs of manipulation, negativity, and dishonesty, and she is not afraid to distance herself from those who bring chaos into her life. She understands that letting go of unhealthy connections is not an act of rejection, but an act of self-respect and preservation. Her relationships are built on trust and mutual respect. She values honesty and open communication, knowing that these are the foundations of strong connections. She invests time and effort into nurturing these bonds, understanding that good relationships require care and commitment. She listens with empathy, offers her support generously, and expects the same in return. She also values diversity in her relationships. She seeks out people from different backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences, knowing that they broaden her understanding and enrich her life. She learns from their stories and insights, using these interactions to grow in wisdom and character. Her relationships are not just about what others can give her, but also about what she can give in return. She is intentional about being a source of encouragement, inspiration, and support to those around her. She understands that the strength of her relationships lies in reciprocity, and she strives to be the kind of friend, mentor, or partner she desires to have. She recognizes that relationships are dynamic and may change over time. Some people are meant to stay for a season, while others are meant to walk with her for a lifetime. She accepts this truth with grace, holding on to the lessons learned from every connection, while releasing those who no longer align with her journey. Ultimately, she surrounds herself with relationships that reflect her purpose. These connections are not distractions, but alignments that help her move closer to her destiny. By being intentional about her circle, she creates an environment of positivity, growth, and support that empowers her to thrive and fulfill her potential. Her relationships are not just a part of her life, they are a cornerstone of her success. A wise woman understands that her emotions are powerful, but she also knows that they must be guided by wisdom and self-control. She does not allow her emotions to dictate her actions. Instead, she masters them, ensuring they serve her purpose rather than sabotage it. Emotional intelligence is her strength, and she uses it to navigate relationships, challenges, and opportunities with grace and clarity. She begins by understanding herself deeply. She takes the time to identify her emotions, their triggers, and their patterns. She is honest about her feelings, acknowledging fear, anger, or sadness when they arise, but she does not let them take over. Instead, she examines these emotions with a discerning mind, asking herself what they reveal about her needs, values, or circumstances. This self-awareness allows her to respond rather than react, turning potential conflicts into opportunities for growth and understanding. In her interactions with others, she is mindful of the impact her words and actions can have. She speaks with kindness and clarity, even in moments of disagreement, knowing that a gentle word can diffuse tension and foster connection. She listens actively, not just to the words being spoken, but to the emotions behind them. This allows her to build trust and empathy, strengthening her relationships and creating an atmosphere of respect. She does not allow external pressures or the emotions of others to control her. While she is compassionate and empathetic, she maintains her boundaries, ensuring that she is not overwhelmed by the negativity or demands of those around her. She knows when to step back, take a breath, and center herself so she can approach situations with a calm and focused mind. Her emotional intelligence also extends to how she views setbacks and challenges. She does not allow frustration or disappointment to paralyze her. Instead, she channels these emotions into determination, using them as fuel to persevere and overcome obstacles. She sees difficulties not as defeats, but as opportunities to refine her character and strengthen her resolve. In leadership and collaboration, she leverages her emotional intelligence to inspire and unite others. She can sense the mood of a room, adapt her approach, and bring out the best in those she works with. Her ability to connect with others on an emotional level makes her a source of encouragement and motivation, whether in her family, community, or professional life. Above all, she uses her emotional intelligence to stay aligned with her purpose. She understands that emotions are not enemies, but tools that, when guided correctly, can lead to deeper understanding, stronger connections, and greater impact. By mastering her emotions, she ensures that they empower her rather than hinder her, allowing her to navigate life with wisdom, grace, and strength. A wise woman understands that financial stewardship is a critical aspect of her success and independence. She knows that money is not an end in itself, but a tool or resource to be managed wisely, multiplied strategically, and used purposefully. Her approach to finances is not driven by fear or impulsiveness, but by intentionality and discipline. She begins by recognizing the value of every dollar. She respects money, not as something to be worshipped, but as something to be stewarded. She takes the time to understand her income, expenses, and financial goals, knowing that clarity is the first step to mastery. She avoids wastefulness, choosing to spend only on what aligns with her priorities and purpose. Every decision she makes reflects her long-term vision, not fleeting desires. Her discipline extends to saving. She sets aside a portion of her earnings consistently, building a financial safety net for unforeseen circumstances. She understands that emergencies are inevitable, but being prepared for them is a choice. Her savings are not just for security, they are also a foundation for future opportunities. She is proactive in learning about investments and wealth creation. She seeks knowledge about how to grow her resources, studying the principles of financial management, and consulting with experts when necessary. She doesn't shy away from complex topics like stocks, real estate, or entrepreneurship, knowing that these are keys to building financial independence. Her goal is not just to work for money, but to make money work for her. She avoids unnecessary debt, understanding that it can become a chain that limits her freedom. If she borrows, it is with a clear plan for repayment and a purpose that adds value to her life, such as education or a meaningful investment. She resists the temptation of instant gratification, choosing instead to delay pleasures for greater rewards in the future. Her financial wisdom also extends to generosity. She understands that wealth is a blessing meant to be shared. She gives thoughtfully, contributing to causes and individuals in ways that uplift and empower. Her giving is not reckless but intentional, aimed at creating a lasting impact in the lives of others. She evaluates her financial habits regularly, ensuring they align with her evolving goals. She tracks her progress, celebrates milestones, and adjusts her strategies when necessary. She does not fear mistakes but learns from them, using every setback as a stepping stone to greater financial acumen. Most importantly, she views money as a servant, not a master. It does not define her worth or dictate her choices. Instead, it amplifies her ability to live with purpose and make a difference. Her financial discipline is a reflection of her inner strength and vision, enabling her to create a life of freedom, stability, and impact. By managing her finances wisely, she sets herself apart as a woman of integrity, wisdom, and foresight. A wise woman knows the importance of clear and meaningful communication. She understands that her words carry power, the power to build, inspire, and guide, but also the potential to harm, confuse, or destroy if used carelessly. Because of this, she chooses her words with intention, ensuring that her speech reflects wisdom, respect, and purpose in every situation. She listens before she speaks. She understands that communication is not just about expressing her thoughts, but also about understanding others. By listening attentively, she gains insight into the needs, concerns, and perspectives of those around her. This allows her to respond thoughtfully, not out of impulse, but with clarity and empathy. Her ability to listen creates trust and strengthens her relationships, making her someone others seek out for advice and support. Her speech is marked by honesty. She speaks the truth, even when it is uncomfortable. But she does so with love and grace. She knows that truth without compassion can wound, and compassion without truth can mislead. Her honesty is not harsh but uplifting, designed to encourage growth and build understanding. She avoids gossip and negativity, understanding that such words diminish both the speaker and the listener. She refuses to engage in conversations that tear others down, instead using her voice to uplift and inspire. She recognizes that what she says about others often reveals more about her character than theirs, and she guards her reputation by speaking with integrity. Her communication is purposeful. She doesn't speak just to fill silence or to seek attention. Instead, she ensures that her words add value, whether by sharing knowledge, offering encouragement, or fostering connection. She understands the importance of timing and tone, choosing her moments and delivery carefully to maximize the impact of her message. She is also unafraid to set boundaries with her words. She knows how to say no without guilt and how to stand firm without hostility. Her boundaries are clear and respectful, allowing her to protect her peace and focus on her priorities. She communicates these boundaries not with aggression but with confidence, leaving no room for misunderstanding. Her ability to communicate effectively extends beyond spoken words. She pays attention to her body language, expressions, and tone, understanding that nonverbal cues often speak louder than what is said. She ensures that her entire presence aligns with the message she wants to convey, creating consistency and trust in her interactions. In conflict, she uses her words to seek resolution rather than to escalate tension. She approaches disagreements with a calm and open mind, focusing on understanding rather than winning. Her goal is not to prove a point but to foster peace and clarity. Even in difficult conversations, she remains composed, demonstrating the strength of her character. Ultimately, her communication is a reflection of her inner wisdom. She uses her voice to share her vision, align others with her purpose, and create positive change in the world around her. Her words are not wasted, they are tools for building relationships, solving problems, and inspiring greatness. Through thoughtful and intentional communication, she establishes herself as a leader, a mentor, and a source of light in the lives of others. A wise woman knows that knowledge is not static, it is a journey that requires her to be a lifelong learner. She understands that the moment she stops seeking to grow, she begins to stagnate. The pursuit of knowledge is not just about acquiring information, but about expanding her mind, sharpening her skills, and unlocking her potential to fulfill her purpose. She sees learning as a vital part of her personal and professional development, and she approaches it with intention and discipline. She actively seeks out new knowledge, recognizing that the world is constantly evolving. She reads books, attends workshops, listens to mentors, and studies the lives of those who have achieved greatness in areas she aspires to grow. She does not wait for opportunities to come to her, she creates them by investing in her education, understanding that what she learns today equips her for the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow. Her learning is intentional. She doesn't simply absorb information for the sake of it, but focuses on gaining knowledge that aligns with her goals and vision. Whether it's a skill she needs to develop, a principle she needs to master, or a deeper understanding of a subject, she prioritizes learning that adds value to her life. She knows that every piece of wisdom she acquires can become a tool she uses to navigate life with greater confidence and effectiveness. She is also teachable, possessing the humility to recognize that she doesn't know everything. She is willing to learn from anyone, regardless of their age, status, or background, because she values wisdom over pride. She listens more than she speaks, eager to gain insights from the experiences of others. Her teachability is not a sign of weakness but of strength, demonstrating her commitment to growth and self-improvement. Failure does not deter her from learning. In fact, it becomes one of her greatest teachers. She sees mistakes and setbacks not as signs of inadequacy but as opportunities to gain deeper understanding. She reflects on her experiences, extracting lessons that make her stronger and wiser. For her, failure is not the end but a stepping stone toward mastery. She embraces change and adapts quickly to new environments, technologies, and challenges. She understands that staying relevant requires her to remain flexible and open to new ways of thinking. She is not afraid to leave her comfort zone, knowing that growth often requires her to step into unfamiliar territory. Her willingness to adapt sets her apart as someone who thrives in any circumstance. Her pursuit of knowledge is not just for her own benefit but also for the benefit of others. She shares what she learns, teaching and mentoring those around her. She understands that knowledge grows when it is shared, and she takes joy in empowering others with the wisdom she has gained. Her life becomes a ripple effect of growth, as those she influences go on to inspire others. Most importantly, she understands that the foundation of all true wisdom is spiritual. She seeks not just worldly knowledge but divine guidance, aligning her learning with principles that bring clarity, purpose, and direction. She recognizes that wisdom is more than facts, it is the application of truth in ways that create harmony and success. Her commitment to lifelong learning is a reflection of her understanding that greatness is a process, not a destination. She is constantly evolving, always seeking to be better than she was yesterday. Through her relentless pursuit of knowledge, she ensures that her potential is never limited and her impact is ever growing. A wise woman knows that her time is one of the most valuable resources she possesses, and she uses it with great care and intention. She understands that time, once lost, cannot be regained, and because of this, she treats each moment as an opportunity to invest in her future, her growth, and her purpose. She does not allow the distractions of life to consume her time, but instead she prioritizes what truly matters, ensuring that her actions align with her goals and values. She is strategic with how she allocates her time. She sets clear boundaries around her commitments, knowing that not every request or opportunity is worth her attention. She evaluates where she spends her energy and ensures that her time is dedicated to activities that contribute to her personal development, her relationships, and her greater mission in life. She understands that saying yes to one thing often means saying no to something else, and she chooses wisely, making decisions that reflect her long-term vision. She plans her day with purpose, knowing that success is not an accident but a series of deliberate actions taken consistently over time. She begins each day with clarity, setting priorities that align with her highest values. Whether it's dedicating time to work, self-care, family, or personal growth, she ensures that her actions reflect her deepest commitments. She does not waste time on frivolous pursuits or procrastination, but approaches each task with focus and discipline, knowing that how she spends her hours determines the trajectory of her life. She also understands the importance of rest and renewal. She knows that constant productivity without rest leads to burnout and diminishes her ability to perform at her best. She makes time for reflection, relaxation, and recharging her energy, knowing that balance is essential to sustaining her strength and creativity. Rest is not a luxury to her, but a necessary part of her success. She embraces the value of consistency. She understands that time compounds. Small actions taken consistently over time lead to monumental results. She does not expect immediate results, but understands that true success comes from the daily commitment to her goals. Whether she is working on a project, building a skill, or strengthening a relationship, she knows that consistency is the key to mastery and accomplishment. She is present in each moment, recognizing that being fully engaged in what she is doing allows her to make the most of her time. She does not allow her thoughts to be scattered or distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. Instead, she focuses her energy on the task at hand, giving it her full attention and effort. Her ability to be present also allows her to create meaningful experiences with others, whether in her personal or professional life. She knows how to delegate when necessary. She recognizes that she cannot do everything on her own, and she is not afraid to entrust tasks to others when it will allow her to focus on what she does best. She surrounds herself with a team of people she can rely on, empowering them to take responsibility while freeing herself to lead and innovate. Her ability to delegate is a sign of her strength and wisdom, not weakness. In times of crisis or overwhelming demands, she manages her time with calm and poise. She does not panic or give in to stress, but instead she calmly assesses the situation and reorders her priorities to address what is most urgent. Her ability to stay grounded and focused in difficult moments enables her to find solutions quickly and efficiently without being consumed by the pressure. Most importantly, she recognizes that time is a gift, and she chooses to use it in ways that align with her purpose and values. She doesn't waste time seeking approval or chasing fleeting pleasures, but instead she invests her time in creating a life of meaning and impact. Through her wise use of time, she ensures that her legacy will be one of fulfillment, growth, and influence, leaving behind a trail of purpose-filled moments that have transformed her life and the lives of others. These habits are not inherited, they're cultivated. A smart woman doesn't settle for mediocrity, she strives for excellence in every area of her life. Begin adopting these habits today and watch how they transform your future. Remember, your habits shape your destiny. Choose them wisely.